Had a dream last night. I was in my hometown and in front of my grandpa's house. The setting is my hometown many years ago at my grandpa's house at the alleyway, and for some reason I'm changing the oil for one of our cars here in the U.S. It's a Toyota Prius, and after I drained the old oil out, I realized that the oil was not too dirty. It was kind of clean. So really, there was no need to change the oil. But since I already did, drained the old oil, I might as well just change it. So I went to Autozone. I know it's weird. There's an Autozone in China. But I went to the Autozone right next to my grandpa's house, and there was, like, usually they have these engine oil all stocked up, but there's none, at least none that I needed. The stock was very minimal, and so I was a little bit surprised, and before I knew it, I began to pour olive oil into the engine. And when I realized I made this mistake, I poured probably half a gallon of olive oil inside the engine, and that's pretty much the end of the dream. And I think it's a dream from God. Like many times, when we do something, we're not sure that's in God's will or not. We get this anxiety because we fear Jesus. The last thing we want to do is to be displeasing to Him. And so when something that we do that's not that's out of the norm, we're wondering, is Jesus going to be pleased with us? And we try to fix things, Why this, because God's ways are not our ways, His thoughts are not our thoughts. We don't know, we many times assume, because we're reading in books or we hear from other people's sermons, that we should do this and shouldn't do that. And inadvertently, we begin to fear what men said more than what God thinks or God says. So instead of seeking God's will, to ask Him whether should I do this or should I not do this, we begin to let our base our judgment on what other people says, and inadvertently frighten ourselves for no reason, thinking that we might be displeasing to Jesus. In short, is we try to fix something that's not broken. Very similar to the dream that I had inside the try to change the oil while I didn't need to change it. So we need to really seek God's will, and because God is loving, and He knows that my spirit was stirred recently, and that's why He gave me this dream, to make me feel that I am loved, that I'm not doing anything that's displeasing to Him, that I still belong to Him, and that's the great assurance. And this morning I wake up with such a refreshed and solid faith, unlike yesterday. Yesterday I was roaming around almost like aimlessly. I had no confidence, no amount of no faith at all. But this morning I feel very rejuvenated. It's because of Him, His grace, and His love for all of us. So just want to share this, capture this. God is so faithful. He's not going to leave us in limbo. If we ask Him, ask Him for His will to guide us, He will. He will give you a sign. He will give you a revelation that's pertaining to your situation. May Jesus be with you.